Greetings, comrades. Welcome back to the Animizzle Squizzle, the show that acquaints you with the next generation of artists and animators. Today's guest, OC, is a lion, but he swears he's not a furry. He's been animating on YouTube since late 2018, and at the time of this recording, he's approaching 300 subscribers. It is with great pleasure that I introduce our 17th guest, Bradley Badley Animates.
Well, thank you. And it's Brady, but people mess it up a lot, okay. So I'll cut you some slack on that.
Why did I say Brady?
It's fine. This happens a lot, but
okay.
it's good.
We can edit that. We can edit that. So what got you into making a YouTube channel? Like, what got you into art and animation?
Well, for years I had actually been doing those awful family vlog type videos. I had just done them. I would do those on my iPad.
Did you do them with your family?
No, well, yes, but I would be the one filming it all.
Oh.
Yeah. So in late 2017, I had been doing that for about 3 years at that point. I had been doing it since I was 9. So at that point, I was like, I don't enjoy these very much. So I kind of want to do something else for when I actually create a YouTube channel, because these videos had just been saved on my iPad. So, around that time, channels like The Odd Ones Out and Jaden were blowing up all over YouTube. And so I just kind of figured, I really enjoyed these. What if I got into it? And that's basically how I got into animation.
And what made you want to be a lion?
Honestly, I just wanted to be an animal because it was different. Because most animators, were just the marshmallow people.
Yeah.
And so I just kind of thought, hey, a lion would be cool.
Yeah.
So that's...
You're making new, different characters that not people have seen.
Yeah.
Is your fur animal a lion?
No, I am not. I am not a furry. I just thought it would be a cool mascot for the channel.
Okay, what were your expectations before getting into art and animation and YouTube?
Well, when I made my first animation, because I had just started, it was really simple. I thought, this is easy. I don't know why animators complain so much, but then with time I got better, and then I realized, oh wait, no, this is a lot more difficult than I thought. And I also thought my channel's gonna blow up right away. If all these other animators are blowing up, then clearly I will get 1 million subscribers by the end of the year. And obviously that never happened.
What was I gonna say? Is there any way that you set up your videos, or how long does your videos take to make?
Well, for a script, that can take from 1 to 2 days up to a week, depending on the video topic. Then I'll record, and then that'll take 1 to 2 days to record and then edit the audio. And then from there I'll animate the video, which can take from a few days if it's a shorter video to 2 to 3 weeks, depending on if it's a really long video. Yeah,
animation is really hard, and it depends on the simplicity of the video. It really differentiates.
Yeah. It also depends on obviously if it's during the summer, when I have as much free time as possible, to during school when I only have 2 to 3 hours in a day.
Has
to work.
Has the events of this year given you more or less time to work on videos? The whole with COVID and all that.
Yeah, definitely more time. In the summer for a little bit, I did for the entire summer I did weekly uploads.
Ooh, ambitious.
Yeah. I got burnt out doing that, but it did teach. But yeah, I had a lot of free time then because, no one was going anywhere. There was no point to go anywhere because obviously the pandemic during that time was still very new and uncertain. So.
How do you come up with your video ideas? Do you do mostly topics or story time? What do you consider yourself in terms of, the videos you make?
Yeah, I definitely consider myself a story time animator. Sometimes I will it depends. Sometimes I'll do just the broader topic, and then other times, depending on how good of a story it is, I'll just talk about that specific story.
Yeah. How do your expectations compare to your actual experiences? Did you think something that ended up not being true and was the opposite?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, as I mentioned earlier,
Yeah.
you know, I thought it would be a lot easier than it is. And I also thought that in general, you know, it would be real easy to blow up
Hmm.
being an animation channel. But a lot of people around that same time also had the exact same idea that I had.
Yeah.
And you don't really realize, you know, when you start making a channel, these thousands of other people who have the exact same idea as you.
What video that you've made are you most proud of? In the why?
The video I'm most proud of, probably the things I hate about school video back in March, just because that was a really fun one to make, and
Yeah.
people found it really funny, and it's currently one of my most viewed, I think. And it was just fun to make, and it was, I don't really, well, until that point, I didn't really make full just rant videos,
Yeah.
and so that kind of gave me the greenlit to, hey, I should do more of these rant style videos.
Yeah, do you have more fun with making animations than you did with vlogging or, you know, family vlogging?
Oh yeah, no, way more fun. Way more fun.
I actually did.
Well, I mean, vlogging
yeah.
is definitely easier, but just because it's easy doesn't automatically mean it's fun.
Yeah, I did vlogging for a while, and it's weird because I was so into vlogging, and then all of a sudden I just stopped, and I still look back and I was like, why did I stop? And then I found animation, and animation. You can really, like, back when I did vlogging, I would see people doing like really cool things because they have, like, you know, they're rich, so I was trying to do that, but like a dumbed down version. So like there were people doing the watermelon challenge. I would do the, you know, where they put rubber bands on a watermelon. I would do that but with like an orange. so I love animation compared to like family vlogging and vlogging because it's, you can do whatever and you don't need money. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the great thing. It's really just the limit on what you can draw.
Yeah. Let me see. Do you plan to experiment with other forms of animation, or do you plan on doing any gaming videos, real life videos in the future?
I don't really think so. I mean, I've been trying to possibly like add more like real life elements into videos,
Mm-hmm.
but I mean, whenever I do something like gaming, that always goes on my second channel.
Yeah, and plus you named yourself Brady Badley animates in your name, so I guess it's probably the best to stick with animations.
Yeah,
because you're getting the viewers what you want.
I just want to call it Brady Badley.
Yeah. Badly Brady. That works either way. Yeah, I really want to make a second channel, but I don't want to like pull from my main audience. Has it like have you gotten more views on that channel, or have most of your viewers all watched both channels?
Yeah, it's definitely the main channel. I mean, there's like 1 or 2 videos on the main channel that get like a decent, like there was one video I think that got 300 views or something like that.
Yeah.
But besides that, you know, it stays pretty much in the like 20 to 40 view range.
Yeah, because if I would make a second channel and it would get popular than my main one, I would be furious. Yeah. So are you in the animation community, and how's the animation community for you?
For me, well, the animation community from what I've seen is really supportive and like nice. And so it's probably one of the nicer communities on YouTube, at least from what I've seen. You know,
definitely, it's not as toxic as a lot of communities. What's weird is that a lot of the toxicity for Storytime Animation is even from the actual, you know, creators themselves. It's always just, you know, criticism for people don't do it. But
it's probably because it probably helps that, you know, most animators obviously know that it's a really hard thing to do, so they automatically respect you more than like a gaming YouTuber or something.
Yeah, and probably because everybody's distracted actually animating than trying to get into drama. Because, you know, with video making, it takes a lot more time than, you know, vlogging. So you're free to do a lot of other stuff while you're doing that. You know,
you're not really gonna see like diss tracks in the animation community.
Do you think Storytime Animation? A lot of people have said like Storytime Animation is, you know, dying. What do you think about that?
It's definitely not in the same growth period as it was years ago, but I still think it's still a community that is thriving and still making good content. I wouldn't say it's dying; it's just not growing as it was, when it was first
yeah.
going up.
Wait, well, a lot of I saw somebody say this on Twitter the other day, and they were like, Storytime animation hasn't died. It's just a lot of the people that are in the community are like underrated. They're not getting pushed out to the algorithm as much as in 2017 and 2016.
Yeah, that's definitely a part of it, because the YouTube algorithm, it definitely in 2016, 2017, sure, it definitely favored animation channels, but YouTube algorithm now, it's back to kind of how it was previously, where it just kind of promotes these videos that are designed to get a lot of views.
Yeah, and with the COVID and people being home more, I feel like they've been pushing out more like easy content than like during 2017, because everybody's taking in content so quickly. So like, because animation takes so hard, they're kind of they've kind of had a pause. But I hope to see some new people come up, and you're definitely going to be one of them for sure. Do you have a specific comedy style? Because I feel like their videos are very funny and you keep them entertaining. Do you think that's just your personality, or is there a way you do it?
My comedy style, it's kind of similar to how you'd see some other animators.
Yeah,
like, you could compare it to like The Odd Ones Out, but honestly, it's just kind of my style of comedy that I've gathered over the years. So,
do you have?
Yeah, that's basically it.
Yeah, do you have any other like hobbies other than YouTube that you're just as interested in, or are you mostly focused on YouTube right now?
I mean, I'm kind of mostly focused on YouTube. I have been trying to get into other hobbies. Like recently, I've been trying to learn German.
Ooh,
so
that's interesting. Do you plan on doing a video about learning German?
If something interesting happens.
One minute, I was thinking. How have you?
If Duolingo breaks into my house for missing a lesson, I'll be sure to make a video about
that. Can you describe how your art style has changed over time and how you came up with an art style, and any tips for for coming up with an art style?
Well, obviously my art style is very simplistic.
Yeah.
But like the character itself, I think it's a good example to see how the style changed. Like originally, it was more kind of all over the place. Like it was really just kind of like, I mean, my first video was made in like a day. So, I just was kind of threw it out. It was just like, okay, this is my art style for now.
Yeah.
Just put the video out. But obviously, I've since put more time into my videos, and so it's less messy. I mean, obviously it's still like stick people.
Yeah.
But for the people I actually, try with, it's definitely a lot more.
I'm just confused how you draw a lion so well. I've tried to draw a lion. It always looks so weird. I don't
references. Reference images. That's what I use.
Is there anything you would do differently now if you started, if you knew, how to improve, like when you first, is there anything, like if you were to make your first video today, how would it be different from your first video you made 2 years ago?
Definitely, put more effort into the animation and, edit more, just because my first video, I didn't do a lot of editing. So you could hear like the random pauses and all that. And it just, when you hear that, and when you hear like every 5 seconds the person stopping to breathe, it definitely takes you away from the video in a way.
Yeah, I'm the worst thing. My first video was made in like one day, and I used like JPEG images from Google, and I think back to that, I was like, wow, I wish I really tried hard on that, so like all my videos were perfect. And maybe I spent like, I'm really jealous of people like animators that actually spend like a month on their first video and it looks really good.
Yeah.
But I guess just gotta have fun with it. And speaking of which, do you have any advice for people that want to get into animation?
Definitely I'd say experiment early on, because that's what I did a little bit. I mean, I definitely wish I did a little more, but I definitely tried experimenting. And I think that's just finding what you're best at. Like if you find out you're really good at making gaming animations, but not necessarily good at story time, focus more on that.
Yeah.
And obviously, find a balance between what your audience enjoys and what you enjoy making.
Yeah. Do you think you've cracked the code to what your audience likes, or are you still looking to find something that sticks really well?
I feel like I've definitely cracked the code. Yeah, I definitely feel like I've cracked the code. It's definitely, story time stuff. So what I've been trying to do a little bit more recently is kind of build off of that. It's like, okay, they like me telling stories about stuff, but like, do they like me doing rant stuff?
Mhm.
And like what I did with my second to most recent video, I did a little experimenting with like throwing in gameplay, but the gameplay was kind of to add on to the story.
Yeah.
So I'm always looking to add more onto what I could do with what my storytime videos are.
Yeah, it looks like a lot of your viewers like when you talk about like YouTube, because your most viewed video is how I became a YouTuber, and then your third most viewed video is 1 year on YouTube. So your viewers really like the history of YouTube. Where do you see yourself in 2 years doing animation?
I'm gonna try and keep doing animation for as long as I'm inspired to do it. And as long as I don't run out of stories to talk about.
Yeah. Do you think you're gonna have a career in animation when you're 30, or is this like a career path you're interested in taking?
I mean, right now it is in a career path I'm interested in, but obviously career paths change.
Yeah.
And for me, animation is just a hobby. So I mean, I'm hoping I could get into that field, but at the same time, I could learn that because I have several interests, like I like architecture.
Ooh.
So maybe one day I find out, I actually like architecture, but
yeah. Where can they check out your stuff, and what can they look forward to?
Well, they can find me on YouTube. Really, if you just want to find me anywhere, it's just Brady Badly Animates, except on Twitter, it's at Brady Badly. But everywhere else, it's at Brady Badly Animates. So I'm on YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, and
you got the whole shebang.
Yeah.
Did you say you have a Discord server?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna stick it on.
That's linked in the description of all of my videos.
Yeah. Okay. All of his links will be in the description. Go subscribe to him. Click the notification bell if you like his videos. And thanks for coming on the show. Anyways, that's gonna end it for the Animizzle Squizzle episode. This is a very fun episode because we have Brady Badly Animates, and I said it right. Hopefully the editor can cut this part and put it at the beginning too. I was checking out your channel. It's pretty amazing, man. I like how you explain stuff very well. It's very entertaining.